Welcome in to the Overreaction University podcast. My name is Hudson Hamer, and I am super fired up. This is a project I've been working on for a while. I'm really, really excited for you guys to start hearing tell what I've been saying, what I've been thinking. I'm a young guy, 20 years old, in college, ready to get into. I love sports. I love sports my entire life. Talked about sports my entire life. People joke that when I was watching my older brother's Little League baseball games, I would just knock off the Angels players that were currently on the roster. And so I'm super excited to just talk about sports. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do some fun stuff. It's going to be lecture based, right? So it's going to be lectures, stuff like that. Um, First thing today's episode, it's taking a flight from Houghton, Michigan. My grandma was having surgery at the long story to Chicago. In Chicago now visiting my brother, but took some time on my iPad. Did a little quick 300, a morning 300. And we're going to go through them. Not all of them, but we're going to go through them and find some ones that I thought were interesting. And we're just going to talk. We're going to talk about these amazing athletes. NBA, and NFL. There's a couple WNBA players in there. I don't know. I was thinking about Indiana, so I got the Caitlin Clark, but random stuff. But I'm super fired up to get into this. First one on the list, LeBron James. I love LeBron. I'm a Lakers fan, originally from Orange County, California, Los Angeles area. So I'm a Lakers fan, but I've always been a LeBron fan. And what LeBron has done to the entire NBA is created a revolutionary new idea of how popular basketball could be as an entity. Also from LA, so I was alive for some of Kobe, the bad years of the Lakers, with Kobe's end of his career. There was never someone who pulled more than LeBron did. And you look back, and I'm 20 years old now. So he entered the NBA. When I was born, he was an all-star. I will be able to turn 21 in February. When I legally drink, he will be an all-star. For 21 years of for my entire life, LeBron James has been a really, really good basketball player, and until 3-4 years ago has been a top 3 basketball player in the world. It's ridiculous to think about. And some of these later shows, I love these stats. Like we're gonna have an episode about just the craziest stats of all time. Sorry, I lost my pen. The craziest stats of all time. Some of the LeBron stats are just fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous. No one's ever gonna touch these. Like the points record, obviously, but the All-Star games, the All NBA teams. He made third team All NBA last year. No one talks about that. That he was in his age 40 season was third team All NBA. So started off with LeBron. And then MJ. Yeah, this is my Michael Jordan take. And on this podcast, you will get a lot of Michael Jordan takes. I think Michael Jordan is the second best basketball player of all time. Second greatest basketball player of all time. Best is challenging. Michael Jordan got kicked out of the NBA. He did not want to go play baseball. Let's get this straight. He did not want to do that. No one at the peak of their powers, after winning 3 titles in a row, all of the sudden wants to go on a side quest to be shitty and play AA baseball. No one wants to do that. So that just didn't happen. He was asked to leave. You see what like that's just what happened. All right. So we can acknowledge that. Like that's okay. That doesn't detract from his basketball abilities. But that's okay. Okay. We'll get into a lot of Michael Jordan stuff. The fact that the Bulls won 57 games the last year, and then they won the title in 94, 93, the title in 93, and then 55 games the year after is the most telling. The Michael Jordan LeBron debate can that set alone. You look at every single team. Okay, I'm going to do a quick LeBron Jordan thing because this really pisses me off if people do this. LeBron has left 4 times, 3 times, 3 times. First time he left Cleveland, they were an utter shit show. We're drafting first overall. They picked Wiggins, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Bennett after he left, and he was gone for 4 years, and they had 3 first number 1 overall picks. So that tells you something. The Heat, who are ran beautifully, Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, one of the probably the best coach, GM, president of basketball operations people. They were terrible. They missed the playoffs after they left with Wade, and Bosh was old and bad, but like they missed the playoffs and they were terrible. He goes back to Cleveland. And then they're terrible again for 2 years, for 3 years. Then they needed they needed Mobley to come along, Garland to start playing well. They had to go get Donovan Mitchell. They're terrible. The only team that he will leave, and they will be fine, is the Los Angeles Lakers. And that is more of a fact of Nico Harrison is the dumbest GM alive and is terrible at his job. And all of those things, we can go into that. I mean, the fact that I wasn't doing this podcast when that trade, I mean, I got that notification. I was coaching a volleyball tournament somewhere or whatever, and got that notification at like 7 a.m. and immediately called my dad because like we're both Lakers fans, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is the stupidest thing ever. The fact that Nico Harrison this is what happened. This is probably what happened. We don't know. Nico Harrison called the Lakers and said, hey, we think Luka's too fat. We don't think he's ever going to win a title. Like even though he got to the finals the year before, whatever, and ran into a juggernaut Celtics team that no one was going to beat. We really want 31-year-old, always injured, hasn't been an All-NBA player since 2020. We want Anthony Davis, who is playing really good basketball, and I love Anthony Davis. And I thought he was great for the Lakers. Couldn't stay healthy, but when he and also the AD couldn't stay healthy stuff goes back and forth for me. I think he was healthy enough for us when we needed him to. Those teams were not winning in like 22, 23. After the Westbrook trade, there was no way they were winning basketball games or like playoff games. That was just not happening. So I'm not too upset about that. But the nerve of Rob Pelinka to just go, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not going to throw in the 31 first. You can have the 29. That's fine. Take it. Because Nico, I mean, if I was Nico, I would ask, hey, how do you feel about the 31 first? And a good GM would have been like, oh, sure, here you go. Luka Doncic, top 3 player in the NBA, 26 years old. Whatever you want. Literally whatever you want. How Austin Reeves was not in that deal somehow is the most befuddling thing of all time. He playing a lot better this season, and we'll get into some Lakers stuff at some point on this pod, but like Austin Reeves is a young scorer that can be used on pretty much every team, right? He's ball dominant, but for a Mavs team that really you're losing all of your usage. Luka was all of your usage. He had the ball in his hands all the time. So we're going to get Anthony Davis, and we're going to get a big, and now we have no scoring. We have no primary ball handler, and we're going to throw out D'Angelo Russell in the offseason. And Cooper Flagg came down like Jesus from heaven to them in the lottery, and we're going to be Jason Kidd's going to be dumb and try to play him at point guard, which is the stupid like that. He's not a point guard. He's 6'10". He's a power forward. He could be the best wing in the NBA in 5 years, and we're going to play him at point guard. He's going to try to whatever, and all that goes into Nico Harrison thinking that no, we're good with 1 first, no swaps, no seconds. I mean, imagine that phone call where Rob Pelinka's like, you know what, I think we're good. We have to give up the 31 first. I don't think we want Luka anymore. AD is too valuable to us. It's the biggest. It's the craziest stuff ever. All right, back to my list. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. LeBron 1, Michael 2, Kobe 3. This is not in order of who I think the greatest basketball players of all time is. I'm sure we will do that at some point. Kobe's in like the 9, 8, 9 range. If you think Kobe's the top 5 basketball player of all time, you do not know enough about basketball. He was great. I loved Kobe. I think he was one of the main reasons I fell in love with watching NBA basketball. He is not a top 5 player of all time, and he like that is just not. We don't want to go there. Tim Duncan 4, Shaq 5. Tim Duncan, most underrated legend of all time. Everyone forgets that he just won 5 rings and was one of the most winning players of all time. You could plug him into literally any team ever, and they would be significantly better if Tim Duncan was on their team. It's ridiculous that no one talks about this. How good he was. Look at his stat. Like he was so good. He was Jokic before Jokic. Literally, he was Jokic. Different skill set, but like you put Jokic on any basketball team now, and they will be better, significantly better offensively. Tim Duncan was like that offensively, but also was an elite defender. And we just forget to talk about him because he's never in the news and he grew braids and like we don't need to talk about Tim Duncan anymore. Ridiculous. 5 Shaq, 6 for some reason my brain went to Penny Hardaway after Shaq. The way I like to do this list is just next person that comes in my brain with no reasoning why. Next person that comes to my brain. Then we go Luka, Austin Reeves. We do a bunch of Lakers here because I was just in a Lakers vibe. Luka, Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, DeAndre Ayton, Max Christie, really underrated player. Loved him when he was on Lakers, doing good stuff on the Mavs. Just one of those quick athletic guards that I really liked. Anthony Davis, talked a little bit about him. Great player, great player. Stop the Anthony Davis hate. I know he's injured a lot. He's really good at basketball. Okay, he's really good at basketball. Then I went into Rui, Hachimura, Maxi Kleba, Dorian Finney-Smith, who was really interestingly a terrible loss for the Lakers this offseason. They really thought that they could get him back, and they didn't. And for some reason, the Rockets come in, and the Rockets have literally 4 guys that are exactly like Dorian Finney-Smith. Big, shoot open threes, defend really well. They're like, hey, we'll take another one. It's like when they made the Capella move, and I thought that was really weird because you already have Sengun and Steven Adams. It's like, all right, well, we're going to add another 7-footer that Sengun can shoot and move and stuff like that. But Steven Adams and Capella play the exact same way. Capella a little more defensive oriented, and Steven Adams better on the offensive glass, stuff like that. But not super important. Then we went into D'Angelo Russell, who is getting a little way too much airtime for this podcast, but he's fine. Whatever. He hated him when he was on Lakers. He was fine. Jackson Hayes, Zion, John Morant. I wish I could talk about Zion. I love Zion. I'm a Zion believer. I think he got it. I think he's just got to be in an organization. The New Orleans Pelicans are so poorly run. They're bad at everything. They are ran so poorly, and they're bad at everything. If he is with a franchise, I know a lot of people would say, if he's with a franchise that cares about winning basketball games and keeping him healthy, I think he could do really good things. A destination I really like for him is the Miami Heat, and I will get into how that works. I think a little Hero Williamson swap would be really interesting. As probably most of you know, the Heat just play ridiculously fast now and never set screens and all that stuff. I think that works really well with Zion's game, the transition stuff, the culture, stuff like that. I'm a big Heat culture guy. I think they win basketball games. They're good at what they do. That's all. I'm more basketball guys. Triple J, Tatum, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. I live in Boston. I go to Boston College. Went to a Celtics Lakers game when I was back in Boston, and Celtics are actually really good. That's the new formula to win basketball games. The new formula is let's have 6 of these fucking long, big, really athletic defenders who can hit open threes and don't need the ball. Let's have if every team had 4 Jordan Walshes who just are psychopaths and want to defend you and want to just rip your heart out every time you get the ball, we're in big trouble, and that's what the Celtics have done. What I really think is an interesting piece for them is this Anthony Simons piece. I watched that game. Joe Mazzulla has no interest in anything that Anthony Simons can give. Anthony Simons is a good basketball player. He's a good basketball player. He was good on Portland. He was fine. And he just needs a better situation. And it doesn't really make sense to me because you already have a team full of defensive oriented players. It doesn't really matter if you say, if you give Anthony the Jaylen Brown out minutes and you say, hey, go get us buckets here. He's the guy that can do that, but they just don't really use him like that. He's floating around the wings. He's back cut. Like not really. I think that's interesting. Uh, got into Kawhi, Russell Westbrook, James Harden. I was going on the for some reason, Josh Minot reminded me of Kawhi a lot when I watched him play, just defensively, just big, athletic. Not that big, just kind of like that really strong athlete. Even though he's kind of skinny, but whatever. Whatever. Kawhi. Then I went to Russell Westbrook, James Harden. For some reason, I went on this little like OKC 2012 run. Serge Ibaka, Jeremy Lamb. Shout out Jeremy Lamb. I mean, no one will ever understand why that trade was so bad, but that trade was really bad. And then I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. My dad is from the UP of Michigan, which is connected to Wisconsin, 3 hours from Green Bay. I fucking love the Green Bay Packers. They're my favorite. It's the Lakers and the Packers and the Angels are my three favorite teams. It changes throughout the season. Like, obviously, I don't give a fuck about the Packers in April when Lakers are about to get bounced in the first round. But right now, I'm in full Packers mode. So I literally just listed the entire 53-man roster by position of the Green Bay Packers just because I was feeling like it and seeing if I could do it. So J Love all the way down to we got some fun names in here too. We got Josh Nijman, who is no longer on the Packers, but a tackle that I loved a lot. He never really got an opportunity. And the Packers, for some reason, are really bad at recognizing. I don't understand how people in these organizations who see these guys play every day at practice. I mean, obviously they're smarter than me. They understand football better than me. They understand basketball better than me. Give guys a shot when we see it. Like, oh, he's really athletic and he's 6'6", huge, and moves his feet well. He's probably going to be a pretty good tackle. And they never really gave him a shot. And he was kind of a backup swing guy. And then he got old and died. I think he's on Carolina now. That's whatever. Like, same thing. The Kings with Keon Ellis. Why are we not playing Keon Ellis? Literally, why? Our team's terrible. Like we're terrible. We're gonna shoot 40,000 mid-range jump shots from DeRozan and Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine's not a winning player. He's never been a winning player. It doesn't make sense to me. It literally doesn't make sense to me. So literally, 31 through like 88 on this list, just Packers. Like, you don't care about Karl Brooks. I could do a lot on Karl Brooks, but he's a great basketball player. Now we get into it. For some reason, I just went Pacers. I went Obi Toppin, TJ McConnell, Aaron Nesmith, Benedict Mathurin, Thomas Bryant, Tyrese Halliburton. One of my favorite basketball players to watch. Just an incredible watch. Watch him play. Watch him move. Watch how he gets other people involved. The podcast clip of him talking about how when Pascal Siakam got to the Pacers and he gave him the ball first and let him be the point guard, incredible. That's what we want out of these teams. Of like, you can see who has the point. That's the problem with the Rockets. Reed Shepard's playing well though. But like to have a men play, you're gonna play 36 minutes on SGA. Let's just say in a Rockets series, in a Thunder series, excuse me, for 7 games, and you're also gonna bring the ball up and initiate the offense. Tough. That's tough to do for him and his skill set right now. Right now, he's a get the ball in the wing, go guy. I don't think he's a creator, but I think the Rockets are really long and really good and offensive rebound the fuck out of the ball and are going to be really good like this year. I'm not worried about the Rockets. I think they're going to be really good. I think in the Western Conference, OKC, like they're not even on the screen. OKC, Nuggets, Lakers, Rockets. I think the Lakers don't match up well against the Rockets. I think if they played the Rockets in a 7-game series, they would lose in 5. we're not gonna be able to get a rebound. But I think they just can score on anybody. They just can score on anybody. I think we need a piece, and I think that piece is Trey Murphy. And I'll get to that at some point because that would be fun for everyone involved except the rest of the NBA because you get literally just a 3-and-D dog, like just a dog, guy who's going to just defend his ass off. SGA is the next after Halliburton. He is the foul baiting is one thing. I hate watching it. It's terrible. I just don't like it. But he is so good at turning it on in fourth quarters when it's a close game. It's never a close game. I mean, he doesn't play in fourth quarters half the time. But when he does, and you can see kind of the switch turn of like, okay, now it's me. I have to go get a bucket right now. And he has, and only like Luka has that. I think Austin Reeves kind of has that vibe in the NBA. And then you just go to like the KDs, like Currys. I think Jaylen Brown is actually kind of getting there too. Sneaky Jaylen Brown All NBA discussion going on over here. I think he's really good. I think he's playing really well. He's doing a lot for that team. They're third in the East right now. Playing well. And then some thunder here. Chet, Jalen Williams, and the other Jalen Williams. I don't think we talk nearly enough about how funny that is. They have the exact same name. But Jalen with the YLIN is the dumbest way to spell Jalen, I think. I would rather go JAYLEN. That's my take on that. Then threw in a Jeff Green. Just I don't know why. Just threw in Jeff Green. And then Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph. Can I get a Zach Randolph in the NBA today? I mean, Zach Randolph now is like, who is that NC State guy from March Madness a couple years ago? That guy, just big, pounded, would never work in today's NBA. But damn it, I loved watching that. It just fired me up. Just a guy, low center of gravity, just bang, bang, bang. Good guy. Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, Pau Gasol saved Kobe's career. Thank you, Pau Gasol. No one gives him credit for that. Derek Fisher, Nick Young, and then we get into some fun stuff here. So Derek Fisher to Nick Young, then I kind of doing Lakers. Nick Young to J.R. Smith to Iman Shumpert to Tristan Thompson to Devin Booker, because I don't know if they dated the same Kardashian, but some bullshit there. My girlfriend would know. I don't. Interesting. Keep an eye on that. And then after Devin Booker, Jordan Goodwin, just a fucking dog for the Lakers last year. He's playing well in the Suns now. I was sad to see him go. I think he just was an energy guy. I really like those G League just dogs. The Lakers have one of those now, Nick Smith Jr. He doesn't play defense, but he just tries so hard, and I just want you to try. And that makes me really happy when people try. I love it. The NBA. Kevin Durant, the best pure scorer of all time. If I wanted anyone, if it was this guy has to get a bucket on a league average NBA defender, and I had to choose someone, and I was going to die if they didn't get a bucket. Kevin Durant, no matter what, is who I'm going with. He could just score. Like, he just scores. It's ridiculous how much he scores. Then Bradley Beal. I don't like Bradley Beal. He's just makes me mad. John Wall, whatever. Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't know how I got there. Oh, probably Kentucky. And then Brunson, DiVincenzo, Con Knippel. Con Knippel's, I like him a lot. He gives me Dante DiVincenzo vibes, though. I don't know why. Probably just because they're white guards who shoot. But Knippel's I think, going to be way better than DiVincenzo. I think he's going to be kind of a smaller LeBron, but obviously you can't compare them. But like that kind of vibe, we're kind of good at everything, good decision maker, can shoot the three, put the ball on the floor, kind of in between guard. And I like Con Knippel a lot, actually. I think he's actually really good at basketball. Larry Bird. Maybe he's more a Larry Bird type, actually. If you've seen, if you're young like I am, go ahead and watch a little bit of Larry Bird, just a game. of a Larry Bird game. The dude he hit everything. He hit everything. This is a fun little three right here. Mikal Bridges, Miles McBride. That's fun. Three M's in a row. I don't know what I was going there. And then we go a little Miles McBride to Trey McBride. Really good tight end for the Arizona Cardinals, who whooped the Packers, but we still won that game. Kyler Murray, David Montgomery. We don't know where that came in. And then went to Keegan Murray, De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Kobe White, who I don't like as well. I've already mentioned Zach LaVine. He's getting airtime. I don't know. Kobe White, Josh Jackson, the 10th overall pick for the Suns in like 2017, who I thought was going to be the next Paul Pierce, probably. I thought he was going to be really good. He was not good. So unfortunate for me. But I was also like 12, so bad take by me, but fine. Cam Reddish was, I thought he was going to be, so I loved that addition as a Lakers fan. I was like, Cam Reddish is back. We have Cam Reddish. He's really good. He's going to go get buckets for us. And I loved that deal. Christian Laettner, JJ Redick. Can we get some JJ Redick Coach of the Year dialogue in? No one's talking about it. Let's get some JJ Redick dialogue in, please. He's really good he's good at his job. RJ Barrett. No, I'm just going Duke guys. Lively. Was he a Duke guy? I actually don't know where Lively went to college, but Lively. I don't know why. And then I wanted to do a little segment on this. Okay. The 2017-2018 Lakers. This is the year before LeBron gets there. And the 2018-2019 Lakers, when LeBron does get there, before AD is there. You look at the rosters that those Lakers, the players on those teams, you could go Lonzo, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle. That's your four. Those are four really good I love Lonzo Ball. I will forever love Lonzo Ball. I think he's a winning basketball player. I thought that was a great move by the Cavs. He's a winning basketball player. He plays defense. He gets other people involved. He's a true point guard. Love the Lonzo Ball pick. D'Angelo Russell also. So like was one of those second overall picks that they had. I'm telling you, Zubac was on the Lakers. Oh, actually, I have this down here somewhere. I put Zubac on here, and then we traded him for Mike Muscala for 4 months because LeBron was crying about how he didn't have any shooting, and Mike Muscala had half the games that he was on the team were DNPs because he was so terrible. And Zubac is now a top 50 player in the NBA, a really good center, someone who the Lakers could use because we don't have a center. Because right now we're throwing up DeAndre Ayton, who's playing really good basketball, but it's gonna fall at some point. I've watched enough DeAndre Ayton to know how this works. He's gonna get tired. He's gonna have 2 games where he shoots like 4 shots and Lucas doesn't pass him the ball. And he's going to become disinterested, take his paycheck. I'd be happy to be proved wrong on that. I would be. That would make me really happy because that means that he's good. But yeah, the Lakers draft well. Can we say that too? Adu Thiero, he's going to be really fucking good. He's going to be really good. I was at the Celtics Lakers game. Watching him move live is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right. He is so athletic and he just moves so well. He tries to dunk everything. He had a ball where he ripped one. He had it and he ripped to the baseline and he was going to dunk over Minot and Keita. Like, why? And obviously it doesn't work out for him. He misses the layup, but he is so high in the air that if you just teach him how to kind of like do the basketball stuff, the athleticism is there. And the instincts of there are like, I need to go and be more athletic than the person. He's there. I love Adu Thiero. Kuzma. Oh, Kuzma also. Forgot about Kuzma. Kuzma was good on the 2020 Lakers finals team. He didn't play well, but he was good in that regular season. He's could be a winning basketball player. Hopefully over this like podcast, you will see. I define a lot of basketball players as, are you a winning basketball player or are you a losing basketball player? LaVine is a losing basketball player. You do not win a lot of games with Zach LaVine on your team. The Jordan Walshes of the world are winning basketball players. I play super hard. I'm unselfish. I play really good defense, and I want to win. I don't care about my shots. I don't care about anything like that. I think if you have more winning basketball players, you need a roster of all winning basketball players in order to win championships. A roster of winning basketball players. And you need those winning basketball players to be really good. Obviously, the NBA, you need skill. You need to be better than the other team. But that is what happened with some of those really talented teams in the 2010s. Like, think about that 2019 Warriors team was injuries, but they fell apart in a way because I don't think Kevin Durant is a winning basketball player. I think they were just so good, and Steph and Clay and Draymond are winning basketball players that they won the 17 and 18. They were just so much better than everyone else. I don't think he will ever win a title because I don't think he's a winning basketball player. He works really hard, but in order for him to get going, he's not a winning basketball player. I think Luka, this hurts me as a Lakers fan. I don't think Luka is a winning. I don't think he's a losing basketball player, but I think he's more over here, not over here on the winning side. Same with Austin Reeves. I don't think those guys really give you what you want. It's the I love LeBron. It's the LeBron James matrix, right? LeBron's over here. Zach LaVine's over here. I don't like Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine loses basketball games. He's really to dunking though. He's really to dunking. And you can change yourself too. You can adjust what you're doing. I think early Russell Westbrook, early OKC after KD left, the MVP Russell Westbrook, losing basketball player. I think in a weird way, the couple Nuggets seasons where he kind of was like energy guy, trying to do whatever, trying to play hard, trying to play defense, be in transition. I think he's more of a winning basketball player at that point of his career. Another losing basketball player, Trae Young. I don't know why he was after Julius Randle, but the Hawks are just better when he doesn't play. That's not a good sign for a guy who's making $45 million a year, in my opinion. And then some just random Hawks guys. Joel Embiid, losing basketball player. Doesn't stay healthy. Doesn't. I mean, actually, I take that back. I feel bad for him. I think he's immensely talented. But he just can't stay on the floor. Remember when we were like 3 years ago when everyone was like, oh, Jokic or Embiid, who's better? We're such idiots. It's not even close. Jokic could be a top 10 player of all time after this season if he wins the title. I'll say it right now. Like that's a conversation that I'm very willing to have. Some of his advanced stats are utterly ridiculous. He by himself, the when he's on and he's off, the Nuggets last year, this is a great stat. Last year, when he was on the court, the Nuggets were the most efficient scoring the ball out of any offense in NBA history. When he was off the court, they were last in the NBA. And he didn't win MVP, which is ridiculous. Give MVP to the most valuable player because that's value. If you go from the greatest of all time to worst in the NBA based off of one guy not being on the court, he's the most valuable player. I think Shea's great, though. I think the team's just so fucking good. It doesn't really matter. You could put Rondo, who also is on this list, and I love Rondo. BJ Edgecombe, what a fun watch. Just a fun watch. Just a fucking dog. Just a fucking dog. Maxey, really love him too. I think that's the future of the Sixers. Obviously, everyone's saying that now. You got to figure out a way to get out of this Embiid business, but no one wants to get in the Embiid business. That extension will forever haunt that team. But like at this point, I watched the Lakers Sixers game. I would if I'm Daryl Morey, Sixers GM, I'm saying I might have to pay Embiid to not play he just limits the flow. Like there's no cohesion when he's on the court because he has to get these post up opportunities. And Maxey and Edgecombe are just such athletic freaks who want to get downhill. They need the space, and he doesn't really provide that spacing because he wants to get his. I'm going to take the ball, take 5 seconds, give me a little step back, 6 footer, 16 footer. Great, lovely. But the future is Maxey and Edgecombe literally just trying to impregnate the rim every single time they go up. Like that's all they want to do. They just want to get downhill and punish the rim every time. They're great basketball players. Paul George, Paul Pierce, KG, Rondo, Ray Allen, Kendrick Perkins, who's one of the worst sports take people of all time. Dwayne Wade. I love Dwayne Wade. He went to Marquette University, which is I have a lot of family who went to Marquette, so I'm a Marquette college basketball fan. Dude, his career is look at some of the early Wade stuff, even in like the 2010, 2011 stuff. He was Russell Westbrook before Russell Westbrook, but he was a winning basketball player because he played good defense and he was actually unselfish. Westbrook got the assist. Westbrook wanted the like he was Dwayne Wade, amazing, love him. Jimmy Butler again, I think attitude stuff struggles with him, but he's a winning basketball player. Tobias Harris, Steph Curry, Seth Curry, Del Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, who's kind of gotten lost. I don't know how I got from Kevon Looney to Jordy Nelson. Got to Jordy Nelson. Don't know how that happened, but Jordy Nelson, really good stuff there. Great Packers receiver. Randall Cobb, Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, Rob, my childhood. Amon Green, Brett Favre, Ryan Grant. If you don't remember Ryan Grant, probably because you're not an insane Packers fan. He was the running back for like those 2011, 2012, 2010 Packers teams. It's very good at football. David Bakhtiari was the best left tackle in football for 5 years and then tore his ACL and was going to come back for 2 years and kept having setbacks and then finally retired. But that was a huge loss for the Packers, honestly. I think they win a Super Bowl in 22 or 23 if Bakhtiari's playing. And you could quote me on that because I think David Bakhtiari, they never had consistent line play after he went down. Like they never did. He went down on New Year's Day of, I don't even remember, 22, maybe 21. They were never the same. The offense was never the same. He played like one game against the Lions 2 years later, and then he was done. But he was great. He was a great back. I'm not upset about him. About like he worked really hard to get back. It was just it's really hard to be 325 pounds and move like that and carry your ACL. It's really hard. Corey Linsley, another Packer. Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Philip Rivers, the grandfather coming back into the NFL. Get fired up. I'm fired up for that. I love Philip Rivers. I actually don't love Philip Rivers. I think he's not a winning quarterback, but I'm pumped. I'm gonna watch. Obviously, I mean I watch every Sunday, but I'm gonna watch. Like I'm fascinated. I do love Riley Leonard though. I think he actually could become really good. I think he was good in Notre Dame. I think he'll be fine. He's a backup quarterback, like a consistent backup quarterback in the NFL. Smart guy, whatever. Philip Rivers, Daniel Jones, Antonio Gates from the Philip Rivers connection, Zach Wilson, Tyrod Taylor, Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields, Mitch Trubisky. Oh, I loved having the Justin Fields, Mitch Trubisky. When I was a Packers fan, having those guys in the division, oh my goodness, was a joy. It was a joy. I loved it. Drake May, Tom Brady, Gronk. Drake May should be the MVP, by the way. I'm a Jordan Love guy. Love Jordan Love. He's the most underrated starting quarterback in the NFL right now. It's ridiculous that people don't understand how good he is. He's a top 5 to 7 quarterback, and they're like, oh, top 10, top 10. No, he's really fucking good at football. Tom Brady, Gronk, Aaron Hernandez, OJ Simpson, because obviously, like that, you can see the connection there. Reggie Bush, Caleb Williams, because he's also a criminal because he's just terrible at football. I don't like Caleb Williams. And then Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Equanimous St. Brown. Now this gets niche. Matt Slater, Matt Khalil, Ryan Khalil, T-Mac, Tedero McMillan, all guys who went to Servette High School, which is just an incredible place. Servette High School in Anaheim, California. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who I don't think should be good at football. He's open all the time, but I don't get it. He's not super athletic. He's not, I don't think he's a great route runner. Like, he's just open. He's just open all the time, and I don't understand why. I mean, he obviously he's good, but the yards he puts up every week is ridiculous. How does someone do that when he's not super fast, he's not super strong. He's just open all the time. He's just open. So, I mean, maybe I'm kind of an idiot for saying this. He probably just is a really good route runner and really shifty. I don't know. I could never cover him, but yeah. Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, Blake Corum, Tyron Williams, Ian Book, Notre Dame legend, AJ McCarron, Bama legend. You haven't heard that name in a while, have you? Carson Palmer, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Jordan Addison, Adam Thielen. I loved watching Adam. I'm a Packers fan, but Adam Thielen made me happy. He just like ran routes and caught balls, and like you knew he wasn't gonna like go over the top on you. So it's like, oh great, Thielen had another 7-yard out on 3rd and 14. Great, fuck yeah, love that for us. Like, he was that kind of man. Rico Dowdle, Chuba Hubbard, Bryce Young, General Booty. Remember that quarterback, college football, a while ago? And for some reason, Chuba Hubbard made me think of that because it's a funny name. And then I don't know why that made me go to Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Aja Wilson, and Kelsey Plum, the 4 WNBA players that I know. I could probably do more, but for right now, that's what we're going with. Bam Adebayo, obviously, because of the Aja Wilson thing. Tyler Hero off of Bam into Jared Goff. And I'll tell you why. Because Jack Harlow has a song called Tyler Hero, which is a pretty good song. I enjoy it. Jack Harlow gives me hope. We're both white guys with curly hair, and he's cool. I'm not, but whatever. He did the halftime show with the Igloo in Detroit. Got me to Jared Goff. So there we go. Then Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jamison Williams, DJ Moore, Stephon Diggs, Antonio Brown. Stephon Diggs dating Cardi B. Also fucking love that. Love that. Whoever hates on that relationship, go fucking, I don't know. I hope something bad happens to you. Not actually, but like Stephon Diggs and Cardi B, that's awesome for everyone involved. The internet, for them. I love it. They just had a baby. Pump for them. That's great. Stephon Diggs into Antonio Brown, who quite literally is probably the most insane professional athlete of all time, into Le'Veon Bell, LaMelo Ball, LeVar Ball, Brandon Miller, Cody Zeller, and Tyler Zeller. Just good 7-footers, just 7-foot white guys who just did the right thing, like them. Jokic, the best 7-foot white guy of all time. Jamal Murray. Whoa, I think I just made a take. Nikola Jokic is the best 7-foot white guy of all time. Just so everyone knows. Not the best 7-footer maybe yet, but the greatest 7-foot white guy of all time. Jamal Murray. Michael Porter Jr. Funny thing about Michael Porter Jr. Actually, no, I'll get into that later. Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Derek Queen, which, I can't wait to talk about that terrible Hawks trade. Oh my goodness. Jamal Crawford, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan, Icha Zubac, Mike Muscala. Terrible. I talked about it earlier. Terrible trade. Jaime Jaquez, Udonis Haslem, Mike Miller, James Jones, Marl Chalmers, Norris Cole. 2012, 2013 championship Miami Heat right there. Harris P. Barnes, Bojan Bogdanovic into Bogdan Bogdanovic. Fun stuff there. Paolo, Jonathan Isaac, Risa Shea, Desmond Bain, Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Mo Wagner, Desmond Ritter. I don't know how I got there from Mo Wagner, but I did. Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins, Marshawn Lattimore. How I got there. Minnesota Miracle. Wasn't even Kirk Cousins. It was Case Keenum, but Vikings was on Marshawn Lattimore. Just Stephon Diggs, who we mentioned earlier. Bijan Robinson, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, Reggie Wayne, David Tyree, helmet catch, Mike Vrabel, Eddie Moss, Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman, Chris Carter, Troy Polamalu, Larry Fitzgerald. Those guys will forever, in my mind, be together based on that Madden 11 cover of them together that I played all the time when I was 6 years old. Adrian Peterson, Ray Rice. Do I need to say anything? Got to put them back to back, like, obviously. Lamar, Mark Andrews, Zay Flowers, Kuechly, BC connection. Flowers and Kuechly both went to BC. Baker and Luke Kuechly give me similar vibes. Just they do. I don't know why. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Vita Vea. Remember when Madden? This is really niche. Madden put out a Vita Vea running back card, and you could you could just truck everybody, and it was just a great time. I really enjoyed it. Shaq Barrett, remember that season that he just led the league in sacks for some reason, and then just fell off a cliff? That was fun. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Hunter, Shador Sanders, Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Frank Ragnow, Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, Tracy McGrady, Clyde Drexler, Kareem, Kevin Love, LiAngelo Ball, Sean Marion, Drew Timme, new Lakers signing from the G League. Saw him play on the Celtics. Doing good. And the last one, Bronny James, who is going to be a starting point guard in the NBA at some point. If your dad is the greatest basketball player of all time, you are bound to be good at the sport. He had cardiac arrest 2 years ago, didn't play basketball for 4 months, and we all expect him to be really, really good. No one should expect that of him. For the 55th pick, Bronny James was a great pick. Not even because his dad is on the team. I assure you, if LeBron had retired 2 years before, Bronny would have been picked earlier in the second round. And I will honestly say that because he is LeBron's kid. So you have just incredible genes. You know he's a winner. He's had the best trainers his entire life. He had a cardiac arrest 2 years ago. And he's a G League spot, and he's a second round pick. The last second round pick that we talk about is Draymond Green and Nikola Jokic. I'm sure there's been others who have turned out pretty well, but off the top of my head, that's who we talk about. Pick 55. I looked this up recently. 56 and 57 are out of the NBA. They're playing overseas. 52 is overseas. Why the fuck do people care so much that this is Nepo? He's good. He plays. Sadly, I watched some South Bay Lakers G League games. He's fine. He scores. He scores the basketball. He plays good defense. I'm fine with Bronny. That's my take. That's we're going to call it a little sneaky 300 for today. Thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate it. This is my first recording of Overreaction Universe. So I really appreciate you guys doing that. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for the things that we're going to do. But yeah, thanks so much. I really appreciate it.